you so much today for joining us for the information session to learn more about the Executive Certificate in Restaurant Franchising, Technology, Real Estate, and Investment offered by the Office of Executive Education at the UNLV Lee Business School. My name is Dr. Nadine Bentis, and I'm the Director of Executive Education here at the Lee Business School. Just to give you some background about the session itself, I'll be doing a brief welcome. After that, I will do an overview of the course dates and the format of the certificate. Then I'll hand it over to my colleague Cervantes Lee, who'll go over the executive certificate as well as some background on restaurant franchising. And we'll conclude the session with registration and costs at the end of the session. Just to give you some background about the Lee Business School, we're an AACSB accredited school. Only 5% of business programs worldwide have this AACSB accreditation. We're also the only AACSB accredited school in Southern Nevada. And finally, just about UNLV, we're located in the heart of the entertainment hospitality capital of the world. Also, our MBA program is ranked in the top 100 on US News and World Report. Just coming back to some background, this program is being offered by our Office of Executive Education. The primary program of that program is our Executive MBA program, which we have every year with a cohort of students and celebrating its 20th year. We also have certificates in business administration, as well as a certificate in essential business analytics as well, and this inaugural cohort of the restaurant franchising certificate. Just to give a big background, this course will examine the multifaceted phenomena of franchising, real estate, and investment in the hospitality industry, with particular attention to site selection, drive-through, third-party delivery marketing, technology operations, valuation, financing, and managers and acquisitions. This is an in-person certificate program, and the dates will be December 11th through 15th, and times will be 8:30 to 5:30. Due to that, a breakfast and lunch will be provided. At the end of this presentation, I will go over the venue of where this will be housed, which will be our UNLV Research Park at the Blackfire Innovation Center. Now it's my pleasure to give a brief background of our instructor of the course, Dr. Cervantes Lee. Dr. Lee is the inaugural faculty of multi-unit restaurant management at UNLV Hospitality College in spring of 2022. Such curriculum was made possible by the generous gift from the co-founders of Panda Express. Dr. Lee is a recognized expert in multi-unit restaurant management with both academic and industry experience in restaurant investment, operation, food court, supermarket, and hospitality, and real estate. His industry publications are mostly related to restaurant technology, restaurant workforce development, shopping center development, student housing, and multi-unit restaurant education. It is my pleasure to now hand it over to Dr. Cervantes Lee.
Thank you, Dr. Bentis. It's truly my honor to be able to share about the course, the idea behind this certificate course. Let me start from sharing the screen. Okay, Dr. Bentis, can you see my screen right now?
Yes, looks perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, a brief introduction about myself, and been in Los Angeles for around 17 years. So this is my favorite food: McDonald's, Panda Express, Starbucks. I like the mass market. So you can see my hobby, what I've done this before. I also involve a lot of restaurant concept. So my research interest is all about concept growth, site selection, analytics, and all about how to run a modern multi-unit restaurant. So my education background is I got my doctor at USC, and then I helped create this multi-unit fast casual restaurant degree at UNLV Hotel College. And then I got my master at MIT, and also my MBA in finance economics undergrad in National Taiwan University. So you can see this slide, you see the gentleman, Mr. Andrew Chen and Peggy Chen. They are very kind and generous, give us $5 million to create this multi-unit restaurant degree. And then this is my background, the course I teach. So you can see I start from 2022 teach multi-restaurant management, all relating this field. And right now I'm helping UNLV Lee Business School to create this hospitality business focusing restaurants. So I want to give our audience a general view about what's the industry right now. So this is the real number they announced publicly by Panda Express. So our students at age 22, they are likely to start from general manager. Then they may not get 94, but probably around 75 to 85 as a store managers. So this is the total bonus and plus benefits. So you can see pretty decent job for undergrad graduate at age 22. So I want to give you a whole picture about where we are during the COVID time. 2021, you see the total restaurant is around 600 billion, 60%. Actually, off-premise around 360. Among them, around delivery is around 80 billion. So 80 billion is only around 13.3% of total restaurant sales. The traditional restaurant culinary art setting focus on single store operation, do not focus on off-premise. There's a lot of off-premise right now. And this is a real number announced by the National Restaurant Association, which is a trade organization in our industry. So you see carry out, somebody, so carry out here. So before COVID was 32, after COVID, it actually decreased. The real increase is actually the drive-through. And the off-premise, you actually dig dark around 19%. So you see really the big pickup is actually drive-through. Delivery also big, almost 2 times more, become 9%. So this is McDonald's company visions. They announced 2018. They still haven't changed anything from that time. At that time, they talk about double down on 3D. Look at this, delivery, digital, drive-through. And then 2022, they add one more, which is development. So if you see this latest new store for Taco Bell, you see the picture here. Where is the kitchen? Where's the store? So the kitchen is the second floor. Level 2 coming down here. So this is a real picture for this Taco Bell DeFi concept store. It's not concept, it's a real store. And then this is Del Taco national chain. You look at how they think about during the COVID. They say we are CRM company. And then it provide ultimate convenience. If customer engagement, frequency rewards, attribution model analysis, either you dine in, drive through, take out, dining not service, or premise delivery, they become ultimate convenience. And then we are not sure for the current student, current operator, will they be able to how to communicate with sales support and the colleagues? Everything is digital right now. Look at their numbers, very, very magnificent. Before COVID, they say 86% is off premises. They have dying 13.7%. After COVID, the dying is gone, 0. Yeah, so become 100% off premises. So this is the Del Taco after COVID. And the day part between no change. So also think about the delivery is actually everywhere. For example, take our campus UNLV with a new robot delivery program. And then this is a little robot you can see on the campus every day. Even they deliver to 2 a.m. For steak and shake. And then during the night, I was jogging on campus. I actually see a lot of surveillance robot cat for me. Yeah, delivery I feel very, very safe. So this is something I never think about. They can become the control officers. So this is the number I want to show you the top QSR, quick service restaurant, 50 awards. Look at McDonald's numbers, 48 billion sales. And then their total company store only 5.2%. US store unit is around 13,000. And then look at the two corporate company store, two largest one is actually Chipotle and Panda Express. Of course, Starbucks have a lot of 9,000 corporate store. They have licensed store. And then look at how many store they open. Chipotle only open 200. Yeah, and then Panda sometimes cannot even deliver 100 locations. They are majority corporate store. Panda have some licensing store here. The license to the food court, to the campus, to the airport. But Chipotle 100% is company units. So you see here. I want our students to figure out when you are looking at this chart, it's very, very good information here. You know, are they franchise or not? How many company unit they have? What's the average unit volume? Very, very good. How do you calculate numbers? So that's something we'll share more in the regular class. So look at the McDonald's. This is the latest chart. $270, an increase about 1,000 times. Yeah, so this is very, very impressive for their performance stuff. They are the biggest restaurant company, around 200 billion market cap. And then usually I will ask my student, when we are in hospitality, even we are a restaurant, I always ask student, when you're observing in the USA, what's the single ethnic group who owns over 6% of limited service hotel in the USA? So we have the Guangming and Pat. If you want type or even just speak out, what's the ethnic group you think owns the majority of the limited service hotel in America? The answer is Indian. They own over 60%. Very interesting. And then I want to show you this is 2021 number. So this is a chart for US only. McDonald's is the burger category, or pizza category, drink category. So this is a Subway sandwich. So you can see McDonald's here, number 2, Burger King, Wendy's, and Sonic. And you can see the same thing for Big Four for pizza. Domino's Pizza, Pizza Hut, Little Caesar, and Papa John's. So this Subway sandwich concept, chicken concept, Mexican concept, drink concept, and then donut concept. You have the only Chinese food here, Panda Express, over 2,000 locations. And then this one you combine with international. I want you to draw attention to this little guy called Mixue. Mixue is ice cream shop. Right now, when we recorded 2022 November, it's 22,000 locations. Right now they have 30,000 locations. They're almost hitting the Starbucks number in terms of store count. Yeah, and the burger still see 40,000 McDonald's. Very, very impressive. Yeah, and then the chicken concept, this big guy in China catching up. So Wallace and also Zhenxin chicken steak. Subway is still here. So this is you combine into international concept together. So I want to ask the student or the participants here, which is the largest food and beverage chain in China with 28,000 stores I just shared with you? The answer is Mixue. So this is Mixue. I went Philippines. I went to Manila. They're grand opening for this occasion. Yeah, and you can play around the YouTube. It's very, very interesting. The theme song, you will be humming that every time you hear that. So this is a Chipotle, the number 1 PE multiples in America, 50 times, and then they increased like 100 times in the last IPO around 15 years. So this Starbucks, this is Chipotle. Before IPO, they were owned majority by McDonald's. So this is a new concept because we talk about technology. So I want to refer in China, we call new retail. And it's actually 3 components: online, offline, and logistic. And then right now, they're all synchronized by data. So this is American, I see how they are competing with China, a lot of concepts. So Amazon Fresh, Amazon Go. And you can see Domino Pizza still very, very innovative. And then Black Label Coffee and Walmart. Yeah. That's a new retail food and beverage experience you can see right now in the USA. So this is the one you can really actually see in Las Vegas in Resort World. You just walk out technology. Yeah, so you can walk in, swipe the credit card, you come out. Similar to this is actually Amazon technology. Yeah, Amazon Fresh uses a similar solution too. And then you can even see at Los Angeles Airport, the Hudson news, they actually do the same thing. You walk in here, you come on the other side. Yeah. So this is something we see every day. But when we are analyzing this type of multi restaurants, we'll think about the combination or competition with retail, or even we borrow some retail concept to do technology in restaurant. So this is number 1 coffee coffee chain in China. Right now, they in terms of store count, they ultimately already over Starbucks in China. So they are more like internet coffee. So this is everything here, no cash. Everything is like online order or app order, like WeChat or by other super app in China. So this is they have around 10,000 locations. They surprise Starbucks already, and then total store outside China is 7 locations. They're just starting to get out of China. They can increase per quarter 1,500 locations. Very impressive. In America, a year, Chipotle can only do 200. And then this gentleman can open 1,500. a year, a quarter in China. They can, if you analyze, well, they can do 6,000 in China a year. So this day store account, and then two-thirds is corporate store, and then they have a new partnership, which is more like a franchise right now. So they have over 10,000, 11,000 right now in China. So this is the stock performance. Right now they are 8.3 billion. Yeah, so you can buy about this ADR, American Deposit Receipt. You can actually buy stock here. So I wanted to see the momentum. They have some scandal before, but right now they turn around very well. So this is the interesting question. I want to every time ask my student as a participant, who operates the largest Chinese restaurant in the world? Anybody want to type in chat, Ted or Guangming? The answer is Panda Express. You'll be very surprised. The largest Chinese restaurant is not in China. It's actually in the USA. So I'll refer back to Dr. Bentis for the course introduction. Thank you so much.
Oh, actually, Cervantes, this is your course introduction as well.
Oh,
Yes.
still me? Oh, okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes. I'm doing the course registration. Sorry.
Oh, okay, okay. Course description. So Dr. Bentis talk about site selection. So this is the focus. So it's a lot of things. It kind of the reason we this time we try to put in the business school. Well, that exec education will require people have 10 to 15 years with a lot of very good discussion. We also invite a few executive speaker coming into the class too. Yeah. So this course, and then this is our syllabus. So we have 5 days, and then so this is you can see from Monday all the way to Friday. But we have different syllabus here for multi-restaurant industry, start from franchise, site selection. Kathy, she run the real estate director for Wendy's on the West Coast. She will tell you everything about she know how to do franchise and real estate together. And then we're going to visit a new casino. According to their website, they delay because of Formula One car racing. Right now they delay to December 5th. We hope we can get there. We also will have their colleagues to introduce a lot of food and beverage concept, very close to the Blackfire Innovation Center for UNLV. So we'll talk about franchise concept and very good site selection here. We're actually going to do the real case study. So students were going to present their case. Yeah, and then we do international franchise site selection. And then we have a Geo, this is one of the best called Calibrate, restaurant site analytic company. And then she's a VP, but she actually run a lot of restaurant company before, a lot of chain restaurants. So Miss Geo, she will coming in to speak. And then we have restaurant variation and multi-brand franchisor versus multi-brand franchisee. Andrew Smith, he's the owner, he's the CEO for Savory Restaurant Fund. He runs around 300 million restaurant investment fund. Right now, I'm confirming his time. He should be able to make it. He came to my other class earlier. So we have analyzed franchise term. The student will present here. And then the next one, we'll go into Wednesday evening, we'll go to the strip. We'll go to see a couple food court, a lot of food operation on the strip. And then on the second day, the fourth day, we'll talk about private equity. What's the impact for the industry with private equity investor layer? Also, very good or bad about SPAC. We'll talk about the SPAC on that morning. And then we have a Gabrielty, Global Chief Development Officer and President. Right now they own Gabrielty and Winzong. He's our UNLV alumni. He will come to the class to share. And then we'll talk about digital. Yeah, so, and then Morgan Harris, co-founder of Restaurant 365. This is the largest cloud-based accounting software for restaurant only in America right now. So he sponsored a lot of our education, so we'll come here to share with you. And the student will do a presentation for the site selection. Yeah. So pretty much this is one of the assignment. So it's more like I give you a site, and the student need to pick out the usage through a franchise term. So it's a real case study we'll discuss with the class. Yeah, and they come out the initial project cost, return on cost. So I want every our participant able to speak frequently, speak clearly about how to describe project cost and return on cost. That's the two big items when we are talking about franchise terms. And then this is a course registration. Nadine will talk about this. This is her office link. This is our registration. Yeah, Nadine, can I return to you here?
Yes, thank you so much, Cervantes. Yeah, so just to give you some background, and let me share my screen again. Thank you so much for that insightful presentation, giving the background about the restaurant franchising and also the background of so many different companies that we're also familiar with, but giving that background on it as well. And also to showing the growth in the United States as well as in China and incorporating the audience with those questions. So that was very insightful. And I really appreciate with your building of this curriculum, how you're incorporating both topics, of course, and then bringing guest speakers to bring their actual experiences, and then supplementing that with those site visits so people can really see what they've learned in the classroom and apply that and see that on the sites with all these innovative spaces that we have in Las Vegas. So just wanted to thank you for the thoughtful putting together of the session, as well as the utilizing both in-person class as well as guest speakers, and also incorporating site visits as well. So I'll just be doing a brief presentation about the registration and next steps for this. And again, thank you for joining today to learn more about this. Please get to that slide. Thank you so much for your patience. So just for registration, after this presentation, we'll be sending you this presentation, which will include these links. So again, as Dr. Lee said, this will be December 1st through 15th. It'll be a 5-day course, 8:30 to 5:30. Because of that, breakfast and lunch will be provided. The next slide I'll show you will be the space we're having it. So just to let you know, at UNLV, we have spaces outside of the main campus. One of them is our Blackfire Innovation Center located at our Henry Reed Research Park. This is a state-of-the-art facility that has maker space where students can actually there's faux hotel rooms, there's actually a kitchen area that students can really innovate what they're learning on campus at this maker space at the Blackfire Innovation Center. So this is the registration site for that. Again, class venue, we're at the UNLV Blackfire Innovation Center. And also to give you some background as well, if students are coming from out of town, we do have a adjoining hotel next to the Blackfire Innovation Center. It's a Home 2 Suites. It actually just opened a few weeks ago. It is located literally steps from the classroom. So if you need to provide accommodations, this is a great opportunity. And if you're going to be coming for this session, we will actually be doing the tours. We'll provide transportation from that hotel to all of the site visits that we are doing. Also, just to give you final questions, the cost of this 5-day certificate is $2,500. That includes all of course materials, as well as site visits, as well as meals provided in all the 5 days, that any sort of materials that Dr. Cervantes provides, will provide those accommodations and textbooks to you as well. The only thing we do not provide is the hotel accommodations. But again, the rate that we can secure for you is quite low if you would need to stay at the local hotel. Are there any questions for us? And again, if you are able to join us in this program, we will send you this video and hope you'll be able to answer any questions. My email address is on here, as well as for Dr. Cervantes Lee. So if you have any questions for us, feel free to email us if you're watching this on video. And again, thank you for joining us today to learn more about the certificate program. Dr. Cervantes, do you have any closing words?
No, and thank you so much. I feel this is new experiment, because we used to be business hotel college to teach this class in undergrad and master. Right now, we actually want to do more executive level. So also invite very good industry executive coming in to share their knowledge, but with a school format as an executive certificate. So we hope we can promote the restaurant education, multi-restaurant education, so that more people will understand how they do investment, how do they become franchise, even how could they buy other people's company, or even sell their restaurant operation at high price. So this is something our end goal is really create this multi-restaurant education to the whole country, even to the whole world. Thank you so much for the participant. Thank you for Dr. Bentis, give us opportunity to lead these programs. We wish there's a lot of people sign up. We kept around 45 students. We hope we won't go over it. And then we hope you can help us to promote to your colleagues, promote to your friends, because a new type of restaurant education we happening right now in Las Vegas. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for attending today.